Hey guys, this is Fever91, and I'm talking about Nintendo again. Now, why? Because I think at the same investors meeting actually, where they were talking about how they may shorten development times to make the games cheaper, they talked about how, because investors apparently are concerned that this console itself is not cheap enough specifically for kids. Now, I understand that, because let's face it, I'm not even talking about the kids so much. I'm talking more about the parents, because it's the parents who are buying the console for their kids. And certain parents who are less like technologically there, I don't know what the best word for that is, but they don't buy the console because of all the features that it has. They buy it because it's the cheapest one. Because they look at, like, let's go back to Nintendo Switch days. It was like, okay, which one am I up? Oh, wait a minute. The Switch is only $299. Oh yeah. You're getting a Switch, son. You're getting a Switch. But with the Switch 2, it's $450, which is technically $50 more than the PS5 digital in the US at least. So it kind of makes sense that investors would be a little concerned, because let's face it, Nintendo has a history of being maybe not always the cheapest console on the market, but one of the cheapest consoles on the market. So Nintendo has that history. And when people see the Nintendo Switch 2 and they're like, wait a minute, it's $450. So even if you're going by the PS5 disc version in the US, it's still only $50 less. And that may not be enough for some parents to go, son, you're getting that instead of the PS5. Now, if it was $399, I think it would be. But at $450, it may not be. And I do understand the concern, because let's face it, that's probably what sold a good amount of Nintendo consoles. It was cheaper than everybody else. Like when the Wii came out, especially when the Wii came out, and I think the PS3 disc version, I'm not sure if it was disc. I think both were disc versions, but one came with less memory or something like that, or hard drive space. And when one of the versions was $599 and the Wii was, I think, either $250 or I think it was $250, yeah, $250, and it was like, oh yes, we're getting this. That makes sense. That's what I'm trying to say. It makes sense. That was a big selling point for Nintendo consoles, or at least the Wii, in the past. So I can understand the investors' concern, and I do have a solution. But before I get to the solution, I do also agree with Nintendo that the Switch is priced right for what it includes. For a handheld or hybrid system, all the stuff that is in the Switch, $450 is a pretty good price, especially when you compare it to other handheld, like more so, I guess, handheld PC market. When you compare it to that, it's actually pretty cheap, right? But let's face it, a lot of people are comparing it to the other consoles, not the handheld PC market. So my solution is Nintendo Switch 2 Lite. Now, I know those tend to come out more mid-generation. If Nintendo could put everything that's in the Switch 2 in a smaller package and label it the Switch 2 Lite, or Switch Lite 2, I think it'd be Switch 2 Lite though, then I really think they would have something. Why? Because if they could sell it for, I'm just going to say this, $349.99, but if they could actually sell it for $299.99, that'd be the deal. If they could sell it for $299.99, that would fly off shelves. Because if it offers the same stuff that the Switch 2 offers, and it is just the version that doesn't come with the stand stuff, that can only be, that like no detachable Joy-Cons and stuff like that, then that would kill. So I really think, even though that's usually more of a mid-generation thing, they need to work on that, and they need to get the Nintendo Switch 2 Lite out as soon as possible. And if they can, get it down to $299.99. Because that would definitely appeal to parents for their kids. Now, that's my solution with Nintendo and like selling a cheaper console for kids. But what do you guys think about this? And do you guys think Nintendo is just priced right, and that parents will still buy it for their kids even if they don't understand all the technology and stuff involved? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. May God bless you all.